From the Apubco Studios at Britain and Broadway, you're listening to a News OK podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the News OK Comics Podcast. I'm Matt Price. I'm here with Kyle Roberts. There's several comics we kind of touched on at different times this week, so let me run down a few, and then, Kyle, why don't you take us into the heavy hitters. Doom Patrol, this is by Keith Giffen, Matt Clark, and the backup is Metal Men, drawn by Kevin Maguire, which I love. Reunites the old Justice League team. That's
Metal
out this
Men
week.
are back.
They're back, baby. And then Superman World of New Krypton. Superman gets a promotion. This continues to be a good series. Avengers, Dark Reign, The List. Hawkeye decides he wants to take out Norman Osborn. And then Blackest Night Batman. I can't make Kyle read these because they're too scary. They have zombies in them. I might make him read the main Blackest Night. But the Bat Crew is going up against zombified versions of Batman villains. Another pretty good issue.
Yeah, a lot of Blackest and Darks and Avengers and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
So let's kick off our main line. What are we talking about here?
This is Exodus, and it's Candy X-Men and the Dark Avengers and some Dark X-Men.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of following this Dark Reign storyline with Norman Osborn. If you haven't read any of them, this will be kind of confusing. But if you've read just about any of them, you'll be able to pick it up and get what's going on. I think this was an amazing comic. It's basically a war between the Candy X-Men and the Dark X-Men / Avengers, and it was pretty awesome. I really liked the art in it. I thought the storyline was moving through. It was basically one big, huge war.
Yeah, as I was reading this is by Matt Fraction, and Diodato and Dodson each do some of the art, and it's not too distracting. You can kind of tell when they switch up a little bit, but they're both pretty solid. But as I was reading this, basically I thought, Kyle is going to love this comic.
A lot of action back and forth to the different battles and fights. Pretty awesome.
So yeah, high-octane action. And then switching pace a little bit, Adventure Comics number 2 with Superboy. Superboy has come back to life, and he's basically trying to reconcile the two sides of his personality. He was a cloned partially from Lex Luthor, partially from Superman, and so he's always confronted with that dichotomy. Like, will he be more like Superman or will he be more like Luthor? He wants to be more heroic, but he worries about himself. So this is him reconnecting with his former girlfriend Wonder Girl and just kind of figuring out what's going on with him. And then you got a backup story, Legion of Superheroes, in it as well. This is Jeff Johns and doing it with Francis Manipool. This is my favorite book of the week. It's got a nice, it's very character driven.
It's a character piece. And they got a date night.
Yeah, a little date night with
up on the moon, or with the moon in the background. Anyway.
Superboy and Wonder Girl. So, all right, and then yet another change of pace.
Muppets.
Muppet Robin Hood wraps up, I believe, 404 this week as we kind of wrap up the Robin Hood legend done Muppet Show style. It's pretty funny.
I think, our Muppets, are they getting a comeback? Is that kind of what I think they've been around for a while, but it seems like they're being a lot more popular. I saw them the other night on America's Got So You Think You Can Talent Dance or
something
whatever,
like that, yeah.
whichever show that was, but they were on there and they did a song and it was pretty awesome.
I don't like this quite as much as the Roger Landridge Muppet shows that are coming out, which are brilliant, but this is pretty funny and I think a good kids comic. It's got some jokes and I think it's enjoyable for Muppet fans, kind of seeing this alternate Robin Hood take. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty much what you could expect with Robin Hood meets Muppet.
Yeah. Sounds fair.
So.
And then our final one of the day, Ultimate Avengers number 2. Ultimate Avengers, things are just going from bad to worse. Captain America has discovered that his son is the Red Skull and is this crazy psychopath. And so Cap is kind of going a little bit rogue as he tries to take his, he thinks it's his responsibility to take his son down. Hawkeye brings, and Nick Fury meet up and they're trying to figure out what can go on, what they can do to stop this from going any worse than it is. It's Mark Miller and Carlos Pacheco, so it looks great. The story, of course, being Mark Miller is very, I'd say it's pretty dark. And Ultimate Captain America, I sort of prefer regular Captain America, who you think kind of stands for justice and American values. And not that Ultimate Captain America doesn't, but he's just much more of a brash, maybe a little less understanding type of guy. I don't know that I would ask Ultimate Captain America like a constitutional question, because I'm not sure he would
answer anything.
Yeah,
he just wants to fight.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like to me. But a solid issue. So.
And there's several Marvel characters in it, so that kind of makes it fun. Like you said, Hawkeye. and it seems like Fantastic Four make an appearance.
Yeah,
in
there's
here.
kind of an appearance there as
That's always fun.
You've got the post Ultimatum Ultimate Universe being kind of restructured here. So
Sweet.
I don't know. That's what we looked at.
What was your pick?
Adventure Comics 2 was my favorite. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna do what's the X-Men one?
The X-Men Exodus. Yeah.
Exodus.
Yeah, I called that. I could have seen that
big
going,
war.
but it is. It's like fighting.
A lot of freaking action. Great
but
comic.
it's a good story too, and there's
Yeah.
some story beats in there, but it is a highly action-packed comic. All right, so those are some of the comics you can check out this week at your local comic book store. For Kyle Roberts, I'm Matt Price. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.